Hi, job seekers. Welcome back to Let's Hear It From, a career podcast powered by My Job Factory, where we bring forward impactful voices from the world of leadership and HR to guide, inspire, and empower today's job seekers. But before we jump into today's incredible conversation with an incredible guest, let me ask you three questions. As a job seeker, how do you show employers that you are more than just your skills? What are the common mistakes job seekers make during an interview that you should avoid at all costs? And with the world of work changing so fast, how do you make sure your career stays future ready? If these questions are giving you sleepless nights, you are watching the right podcast, because joining with us today is somebody truly inspiring. Mrs. Rashmi Taksande, Director of People Team for India and APJ at Acquia. Rashmi ji is a seasoned HR leader with over 15 years of experience driving talent strategies across industries and geographies. She has been recognized among India's top 5 inspiring women leaders by Women World India, and she specializes in building high impact cultures where performance thrives. What I like about Rashmiji is that she believes that people strategy is a business strategy, a philosophy that has helped her scale teams and partners with CXOs across India, US, Japan, Singapore, Australia, and beyond. So, without wasting a single second, let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's hear it from Rashmi Taksande. Rashmi ji, we are thrilled to have you here today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So, I quickly jump to the first question. Rashmi ji, there is lot of talk, and hype about performance cultures, company cultures in companies. So, but as a job seeker, how can we tell from outside whether a company actually walks the talk when it comes to development and growth of that individual job seeker or an employee?
So it's not always easy to tell if companies really focus on helping employees grow, but there are some clues that can help. Listen to how they talk about learning and development during their interviews, or do they ask you about your goals? Do they explain how they support growth? That's a very big positive sign. Also, you can look for what others say about the company. So maybe current employees, maybe past employees, the GPTW certifications if they have. You can check if they mention trainings or regular feedbacks or opportunities to take on new challenges. Real growth happens when a company supports people to learn and improve, not just expect results. So the key is to see if the company consistently shows if it cares about your development, and not just in words but in actions. So ask good questions, pay attention to stories, and you will get sense of whether they really walk the talk.
Right. That was such an apt answer. With this, I quickly move on to the next question. I've come across a lot of candidates who feel lost after multiple rejections, despite having the right qualifications and the skills in place. So, in your view, what are those silent differentiators that make certain applicants stand out in a competitive job market and even beyond their resume?
Yeah. So some silent differentiators that help applicants stand out include how they communicate their passion and fit for the role, their attitude during interactions, and their ability to demonstrate learning agility. So employers look for people who show genuine curiosity, they show a growth mindset, and how they bounce back from challenges. Another key differentiator is cultural fit, how well a candidate's values and approach aligned with the company's environment. I think being personable, proactive in follow-ups, and showing clear motivation can leave a strong impression. Also, sometimes, those subtle things, the way someone tells their story, or how they engage in the conversation, or how they connect their experience to the company's needs, that's make all the difference. That's beyond what's on paper.
Right. So cultural fitness, storytelling, such an important things that really help a candidate stand out. So with this, I move on to the next question, Rashmiji. Rashmiji, you have led global hiring and talent strategies. So what are hiring managers really looking for that isn't stated very clearly in job descriptions?
So hiring managers today are looking for candidates who do more than just the technical tasks listed
Right.
in the job description. They want people who can think strategically, who can anticipate challenges, come up with creative solutions, and stay flexible as business needs change. In today's fast moving world, adaptability and
Right.
willingness to learn quickly are huge advantages. Another key trait is ownership. So hiring managers want candidates to step up, take responsibility of their work, and show resilience when things don't go as planned. So it's important to have a mindset focused on continuous improvement. Additionally, collaboration plays a very big role. Often, success depends on working across teams and influencing others without direct authority. So, being able to build relationships, communicate clearly, and navigate different perspectives strategically sets candidates apart.
Wow, such an amazing answer. Job seekers, if you are listening, please, please, please get these things imbibed in your personality as early as possible. With this, I move on to the next question. Next question is something, it's a pain in the neck for many HR managers, and that is attrition. Attrition, is not only a big concern for HR managers, but also for job seekers also, because it's create, instability or stability in their careers. So, what can candidates ask during interviews to understand whether company actually values long-term talent retention and internal mobility?
So I completely get, why job seekers worry about attrition. It can, feel very unsettling if people are constantly coming and going.
Going
So during interviews, it's really smart to ask questions that help you figure out if the company is genuinely caring about keeping and growing their people. So you can say something like, "Can you tell me how company supports people's growth over time?" Or maybe ask, "How often do employees move into new roles or get promoted from within?" So such questions show you're thinking about long term, and it gives you insight into
right,
whether there are real chances to develop and advance. Another good one is, what's the typical length of time people stay in their role or on the team? So because longer the tenure
right.
usually means
Hmm.
people feel valued and want to stick around. And don't hesitate to ask how leaders check, how they check in
Right.
with their team members or their employees about their goals. If the company listens and acts, that's a great sign.
Great.
Yeah.
Next question is again an important question, is on AI taking a very big role in recruitment and hiring with increasing automation in the hiring process. How can job seekers maintain a human connection, and how important it is to personalize applications that and does it make a true difference in large scale hiring environments? What I mean to ask is, how much of hiring happens through AI and how much of hiring happens through humans.
So, with automation playing a very big role in hiring these days, with the evolving, changing market and needs, automation is absolutely important. But it's important more than ever for the job seekers to find different ways to bring human touch to their applications. So automated systems, often screen the keywords and the experience,
Right.
but what sets candidates apart is their ability to personalize and communicate the unique value they clearly have. So personalizing applications, it's not just nice to have, but it's important and it's strategic. So tailoring your resume, your cover letter
Right.
to reflect specific role, the company values and challenges show that you have done your homework, and that is what makes the employers generally
And
interested in you. Even in large scale hiring where automation helps manage volume, the human connection happens when candidates tell authentic stories about their impact or their mindset.
correct.
So yes, it absolutely makes a difference by cutting through the noise and engaging the people behind the technology.
Right. Right. Personalization of your applications, tailoring applications, really a very good input by Rashmi ma'am. Job seekers, please get it imbibed as early as possible. Now let's move on to the next question. Rashmi ji, you have successfully implemented critical talent programs and just-in-time hiring models. So what does this mean in practical terms for candidates hoping to grow with your company, and how do they reshape their entire recruitment experience?
So, critical talent programs and just-in-time hirings are about being smart and focused in how
Okay,
companies approach talent and hiring, which benefits candidates looking to grow as well. So, with critical talent programs, the company identifies people who have great potential or key skills early and invests in their development. So, for candidates, this means more personalized support, more mentoring, and quicker chances to move
right,
up. It shows the company's commitment to helping these individuals build their careers, and it's not just filling roles; it's building careers. But in just-in-time hirings, it's
right.
all about speed and precision. Instead of slow or batch hiring, companies move quickly to hire exactly when they need someone. For candidates, this means less waiting, clearer communication, and better chances if they fit the right skills. So together, both these approaches make recruitment more efficient and transparent. Candidates get clearer paths for growth and timely opportunities, both while companies stay agile and focused on their most important talent needs.
Correct. Such an apt answer, job seekers. You have actually got a peep into of what hiring managers are doing at Acquia. But Rashmiji, you are operating across diverse geographies, not only India but APJ and the US also. So how do you adapt people strategies to cultural context without compromising on core company values like trust and performance?
Working across different regions means we have to respect local cultures,
Right.
uh, but at the same time, staying true to our core values like trust and performance.
Correct.
And at Acquia, we operate collaboratively around across 30 countries worldwide.
Oh, I see.
So as a leader, what I focus on is understanding how these values show up differently in each place rather than changing the values themselves. Giving you an example, building trust might mean formal communication and respecting hierarchy in some cultures, while in others it's more about open and casual conversations. So we adapt how we connect and recognize people in ways that feel right regionally, which basically means making trust genuine about changing what it really means.
Right.
Um, when it comes to performance, the way people stay motivated or their work might differ, but high standards and accountability stay the same everywhere. So
Right.
we make sure that goals, that feedback and support fits the local style, so people take ownership in a way that feels natural to them. And in short, it's about being flexible in how we live our values, while at the same time being clear and firm on what those values actually means. So that balance helps us bring strong united culture that respects local differences but drives amazing results everywhere.
Right, right. So, moving on to the next question, Rashmiji, as a founder of My Job Factory, we are into recruitment also, and as recruiters, I see there are candidates, job seekers, they have got a lot of myths, regarding the hiring processes and how hiring decisions are made. So, so what are some myths that candidates still believe about hiring decisions are made, and what are those truths would you like to them to understand instead? If you
So
can spill the beans,
one common myth candidates often believe is that hiring decisions are made solely based on qualifications or keywords in their resumes.
Okay.
While skills and experience do matter, the truth is that hiring is much more holistic. So we are looking at how well a candidate fits the role, not just in terms of skills, but also mindset, also potential, and how they align with the team and also the company's vision. Another myth that I come across is that hiring is purely objective, process driven only by data or algorithms. Um, the reality is that human judgment plays a very, very big role.
Correct.
So hiring managers and teams consider cultural fitment, the
Yes.
attitude, the adaptability, and how a candidate's values mesh with the company's. So these factors are often just as important as technical skills. Finally, many candidates think the process is always quick and straightforward. In truth, hiring is way
Right.
more complex. It involves multiple stakeholders and steps that takes time. So
Right.
patience and clear communication, from candidates can go a long way.
Job seekers listening, please don't worry about AI. Pull up your socks. There are a lot of other parameters like cultural fitment and your learnability and things like that. Moving on to the next question, Rashmiji. Rashmiji, you are a champion in performance clarity through frameworks like OKRs and KPIs and 360 degrees feedback. But how can job seekers prepare themselves to thrive in performance driven environments without feeling overwhelmed or without feeling pressurized?
Thriving in a performance-driven environment starts with understanding that clarity is actually a great ally. It's not a
Okay.
source of stress. So OKRs or KPIs or 360 feedbacks are all
Right.
designed to give you clear goals. It's designed to give measurable outcomes, a balanced input, so you always know where you stand and what's expected. So, for job seekers, the best way to prepare is to embrace this clarity by breaking down big goals into manageable steps and focus on continuous learning. It's important to build comfort with regular feedback, not just seeing it as criticism, but as a tool to grow. Being adaptable, being open in seeking feedback helps you improve steadily without actually feeling overwhelmed. Also, I guess, developing strong communication skills to
Right.
align with your manager and team on priorities can make a huge difference. So when everyone is on the same page, it's
Right.
easier to focus on what really matters and avoid unnecessary pressure.
Right. Rashmiji, such an to the point and on the spot answers. I'm really, over. I'm actually overwhelmed. And with this, I come to the last but not the least. One last question. If you had to give one piece of advice to job seekers who are struggling to find meaningful or direction in their careers today, what would that be?
I would say focus on developing a growth mindset
Okay.
and seek roles that align not just with your skills, but with your evolving values and your evolving purpose. So to give a little bit context here, meaningful careers aren't built,
Right.
solely on title, on paychecks. They come
Oh, I
from
see.
continuous learning. It comes from adapting and connecting your work to what truly motivates you. So take time to reflect on what energizes you, where you add the most value, and what kind of impact you want to make. So, career direction today is rarely a straight line these days. So embrace, flexibility and be intentional about acquiring new skills, new experiences that open doors, that opens opportunities. It aligns with your deeper purpose. And when you combine self awareness with ongoing development, you build resilience and clarity that guide you meaningful, fulfilling career choices, and especially in this changing world.
Amazing, amazing. Such an apt answer. Rashmiji, that was my last question, but not the last question of this episode because there is a surprise element which I call this as a rapid fire. You are expected to answer either in one word or in one sentence as short as possible, and you can be extempore humorous. The ball is in your court. My first rapid fire question goes to you right now. One skill every job seeker must build today in 2025.
I would say adapting to changes and adapting to ever evolving needs.
Wow. During interview, cultural fitment or skill fitment, what matters more?
Cultural fitment.
Oh, I see. My goodness. One red flag you instantly notice in a job seeker.
When that person is not giving the real experiences and just trying to, Google and find out what's going on and try to tell that to the interviewer, we immediately know.
Okay, right, right. Uh, Best career advice you have ever received in your career?
That was given by my father. In fact,
Why?
I had, being a young person, you have a lot of ambitions, that that you want to do in different sectors. But my father gave a very important advice that you should always adapt yourself to the needs and the time changes. So you can study something now, but that does not mean that in future you would want to do that, or this particular skill is going to help you grow till the retirement. The times change. It's not a government job these days. So yeah, just change yourself,
Right.
embrace it.
A multifaceted answer your father has given. If not an HR, which career would you have chosen?
I can't think of anything else. I'm very great with
My
with
goodness,
people.
that's the problem. The HR are born. HR people are born HR people. At times, after interviewing so many HR people. Yes, yes. Carry on, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to be HR. If not HR, I don't know what.
Okay, okay. I come to the last question of this rapid fire. One word that describes your leadership style.
It's about more people focused. It's about what people want and how I can help them grow.
Wow. So, viewers, with this, we come to the end of this particular episode of Let's Hear It From with Mrs. Rakshmi Tangsade. And that was such a fantastic rapid fire with Rashmiji. Thank you so much for playing along and for sharing such sharp insights. I am sure our listeners are walking away with plenty of takeaways they can use right away with their careers. So, everyone tuning in, if you have found today's episode helpful, please make sure to share it with your friend who is job hunting or planning to make their next career move. And please do not forget to follow, subscribe, and like to our Let's Hear It From podcast. So until next time, my name is Ajay Adankar signing off and reminding you that every great career starts with the courage to take the next step. Bye for now. Please take care and see you soon in the next episode of Let's Hear It From.